Installing the new Android head unit in the car. Oh, good afternoon, YouTube. It is 4:22, or no, 4:13. I can't see without my glasses. I just got back, or I actually just got done eating my lunch, or whatever you want to call it. Took a trip down to Carruthersville, and they had run out of meatloaf, but they had a baked chicken breast there. Looked pretty good. I had that, mashed potatoes and green beans. Brought it back here and ate it. Good, very good. Not generally a baked chicken type guy. Generally, if I do eat chicken, it's either chicken tenders, fried chicken, things like that, KFC style. But something different for a change. So, main reason I went was to test out the radio and the navigation, things like that. Navigation performed flawlessly going down, with the one glaring exception, and I still have not figured this out. I'm not getting any turn-by-turn voice, whatever, tells you where to go, which turns to take, things like that. Tells you that it's recalculating. I don't know, maybe it's the same lady from the last one. She just got tired of telling me to recalculate. So while I was there, after I got the food, I thought I'd check it real quick and see if I could discover anything I have not set up right. I could not discover anything that way. I may try Google Maps and see if that works any better. Apparently, although in the options it lists the female voice just like the other one did. I think Amy is her name, and it has some options to check if you want to be warned before you turn, things like that, and they were all checked. And so, not really sure about why it's not working, but and that's the other thing. After I got done messing with it, I thought, well, okay, I'll just go ahead and use it the same way going home. And I went to put in my information for my address because it doesn't have that, and I got a message saying there was a missing file. No idea why. I tried two or three different times to go back into it and get past that, but it would not let me. Every time I would click OK, it would just go back to the main title screen. So I really didn't need it. I mean, I know how to get there and back, as with most places I go, but I'm just playing with the navigation. I'd like to have it in case I want to use it. I do have a trip planned to Bob's, if it ever happens. But, so, I thought, well, I'll look at it again when I get home. I did, out in the car a little bit before I came in to eat. Couldn't see anything that I'm missing as far as... Oh, by the way, it worked fine when I got home. Yeah, it worked fine. I put my address in and it said, "You're there." Well, it didn't say it, but it showed it on the screen that I reached my destination. And so I guess I'll just have to fool around with that, just kind of like I did with the Chinese navigation unit that I have. And I eventually got somewhere with it, but I thought maybe I knew enough from it, because it's the same exact one, and I thought maybe I would just cruise right into this one and be okay, but not right. So the radio, the Bluetooth worked. The SD card doesn't work. Not really sure why. That's another thing I have to investigate. According to the ad, it is supposed to support 128 gigabyte SD card. So I think the only kind they make like that is the SD8XC or whatever it is. It's just not a standard SD card. It's the Ultra format or whatever. That's the only one that they make that's 128 gig. So I have to play with that. Installation went pretty well. I didn't show a lot of installation details. I think I started videoing when I had the actual radio in the dash, and I was buttoning up some other stuff. and then I think I came back with it after I got totally finished. Wasn't real happy about the way that the GPS antenna got ran, but it was about the only way I could do it easy. You know how much I like easy. So I basically made a larger hole. There were some holes in the back of this panel that I went through. I made it larger enough to get that end plug in through the opening, and then I routed the end plug up under the dash and over the river and through the woods, and made it up to the radio area, and then got that attached, tightened that up with a little adjustable wrench, got that nice and tight, and connected the soldered wiring harness to the correct positions. Did that, and once I get all that done, and then the hardest part was getting the actual car antenna in. It's just not much room there. You pretty much have to have the radio back in there before you can plug it in. But I managed to turn it, to the one way, so the plug was there, and I was able to maneuver it enough to get it in. So that was good, and it does work after I got it together, and radio works fine. All my stations are still programmed in. Bluetooth works fine. Now I'm still having some problems with the Wi-Fi. I noticed while I was messing with it in the driveway before I actually went on the trip, the Wi-Fi was full, and the only thing I had connected was the Bluetooth. So I think I may have to set up my phone a little bit different to where it allows the Bluetooth to connect over the Wi-Fi. No, Wi-Fi to connect over the Bluetooth. I think maybe there's some kind of option in there that maybe it does sometimes, it does sometimes, doesn't sometimes. So I have to look at that. But again, stuff like that I can work out. I think, okay, I thought I had it worked out on the bench, but apparently not. So that's that. A lot of tweaking to do. It's all back together. I may try to run that GPS wire through some kind of those. You've seen those little adhesive cable hold down type things. If I can find some of those to use, I may try to run that through those and go up the side of the dash there to where I can keep them out of the and I may even go out the other way and go under the steering wheel and go up over on the other side of the dash there. There's a nice area there that could be put up as well. So I'll figure it out. I'm not going to worry about it, because that's really the only place I could put it coming out of the dash, other than if I wanted to wire it underneath the dash, and I would have been in a lot of trouble too. But I could have done that, I guess. But like I said, the hole that I drilled, there was already a hole there. I just made it a little bit bigger, and so that's no problem there. It's up high enough. If you put something back in there, it's not going to fall out that hole. The only thing I was using that compartment for was to hold my power cable for my dash cam, which it's pretty long, and so I just put it in that compartment and ran one wire down to the cigarette lighter, power port, whatever you want to call it, and the other wire went up to the dash cam to give it power. So I probably still will use it, but I'm trying to eliminate so much of the clutter on that power port, because depending on what I do, I have quite a bit of a conglomeration of wiring down there that I'm trying to get rid of. So if I could get rid of all that, and maybe even find a different place to plug in the dash cam to where I don't have to do a permanent type of wiring for it. I don't know, we'll see. It's not a big deal, but like I said, there's more things to do. So that will have to be done. So I'm going to show you the video now of the actual installation part, and if I come up with any other helpful information or whatever on the unit, I will let you know at another time. But for this is it for now. Alright, without further ado, let's watch the video and see what it says. Alright, well, here I am back on YouTube once more. It is Tuesday afternoon. Give me a time check here. 1:48 in the afternoon. I have this radio half installed. I have the main thing as far as the radio itself all hooked up. The wiring is correct. The plate that this fits into is in correctly, and everything is hunky-dory there. Now, I had to route, I could not do my idea about taking the GPS antenna up through the defroster outlets up there. They're way up there for one thing, and there's a kind of a box-shaped compartment in here, and it's almost impossible to get in through that to the other side. But I did the next best thing. I took and routed it. There's plenty of space behind it, down behind here and down here, and here is the GPS antenna coming out here. There's a two opening thing here that you can put sunglasses in, things like that. I had a set of wire. I had this actual wire here in there before, and it was coming up there to my camera, my dash camera. So it's really not going to be that much different. I'll just take one wire come out one side and one wire come out the other side, and it won't be that much different than it was. And then I can run this wire here up through here and up to the dash, where I can just sort of sit it up there. Still don't know if that's got a backing on it or what, but I can get some double-sided tape if I need to and do that. That's going to be the last thing I worry about. I want to get this in and get all these wires here hooked up. One of them's the airbag light. I want to make sure I get that right. But these are all keyed. They only go one way, so it shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. So, like I say, I'll be able to route that wire. There's plenty of wire there to go, well, I won't say anywhere in the car, but good enough locations where I won't have to worry about it. So that's all we got about that. So anywho, that's going to do for this little update. I will bring you back once I get the finished product done, and we'll take a look at it, and we may take a ride, so you never can tell. I already went somewhere earlier. I picked up my prescriptions from CVS and got that done. So like I say, that's gonna do me. I think it looks pretty good, you know, as far as the way it looks. And now this one doesn't mount the same way as the other one did. There are a couple of places on it that the other one DIN bracket had, where this 2 DIN didn't have that. So I don't think there's going to be a problem with it. It's in there securely, and like I said, there's 4 screws at the bottom that holds it in, and there's like ridges. You guys probably saw them that go up into this piece here that snap into this, and there's 3 at the bottom as well, and those are all snapped in really good and tight. And then when you put this in, it makes it even tighter. So that's gonna work, I think. I have my SD card in there. It's still sitting there, so I'm hoping it's hooked up and working like it's supposed to be. We'll get a chance to try that in a little bit. You guys join me for that. We'll be back then. Alright, well, I'm back again. As you can see, here's the I've got this much cable. I've got all kinds of cable. It's just laying up there on the dash right now. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna handle that or do what I want to do with it. But I'd like to route it as close as I can right here to the edge and come up, maybe go over that way. I don't know. I'll have to get some. I don't know what I'll get. I'm not really worried about that for right now. I just want to make sure everything's working, and then we can go from there. But like I said, it does stick out this corner. But then I've got this other cord that's going to go out the other corner. It's going to make it even stick out even more, I think. So, like I said, it's not a big deal. Not to me anyway. You do it that way and it doesn't even, you know, really stick out much. So as you can see, Bluetooth is connected right now. I did not get my card to work. I don't know if I've got too much, if it can't read the 128 gigabyte SD card. I don't know what the deal is, but I got to figure that out. And like I say, I can go ahead and give you a little sample. Let's see, music. So there you go. There's that's Bluetooth again. So you can see it really good. No problem seeing it. This does have an illumination, as I said when I did the wiring, it does have an illumination wire, so it will work off the car's settings, I think. So I haven't done any setting as far as anything on that. So let's see if the navigation works. Let's see, navigation. Should find its GPS signal. Didn't say anything about not finding it, so I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna go down to my little favorite eating place. You guys may recall that, and see what they've got. And well, I'm not gonna see. I'm gonna check the internet first on Facebook and see if they've got food today, and what it is, and may go down there and get some of that. And I got a mess to clean up here in the front seat. I always make a mess. There's the old radio laying down here on the floor. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's good radio, really good. I've got the remote for it right here in the seat. It says dual. Oops, there it is. I got a remote for the. I think that's for the Blaupunkt. I've still got that in there too. I cleaned out my little console. What do you call it here? So I would have that done. Put my garage door closer opener in here so that I can do that, and don't have to go through the house to do it. I go from here. I got to clean this out a little bit. This is way back from when I took Mom to get ice cream one time. She had it spilled all over the place, but everything's back together. There's another spot right there I got to clean up. I just, you know, in the wintertime, I just don't feel like doing any of that stuff. And air conditioner was in. Of course, the engine wasn't running, so it's no big deal. All this is done. Back end, like I said, everything's good. And let's get out of that. Yeah, I want to exit. So there you can see the. I ought to try that out and see. Let's go down for the road and just see if that works. All right, let me turn something off and turn something on and do some other stuff here. Let's see if that works. All right, well, you can see that works. I did get it set up for miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour, which is good. Yeah, it's right on the money with the other speedometer, so happy about that. Very happy. So that means the GPS is working, and that means the clock is working, and everything seems to be working. I do have my internet, because it connects through. I don't know if I told you that it connects through the Bluetooth, and working that way, it works pretty darn good, I think. I don't know where I need to go today, so I'm just going to do that. Loop-de-doo-doop. So like I say, that's a pretty good indication everything's working like it should. And I will get some addresses into the, I'm gonna put my eating place in there, and we'll use that going down there, make sure that works really good. And that's about it. I gotta go in the house first and make sure that they have something on the hot deli today. I hate to drive all that way just for nothing, although I wouldn't mind it really. So. Alright, I'm back here at the house just about. Take me an hour to clean up this car, clean out all the stuff in it. Alright, well, we are back, and that was a good ride. So, alright, I'm going to take off, or turn this off now, and if I go down to get some food, I will bring you back. On the way to get food, it's kind of interesting with the navigation up. You get the miles per hour like this. It's kind of neat. I didn't really expect that, but it'll work. I don't have my turn-by-turn, for some reason it's not working, but it should. So, we're on our way to get food. Well, I'm not really sure why we're not getting any voice command.